That is
fought the
annoying.
law and the law won. I fought the law and the law won.
Usually how that goes.
Hey! Hey man, where's the chicken, man?
I like chicken too, man.
Hey, that's my line. Welcome to another episode of the Paranormal Podcast. Three Amigos middle of the week episode. I am your host, Saul Jones. I'm sitting here as always with my audio engineer, Joel Cowan.
Hey guys, thanks Saul.
And my lovely co-host, Brian Hoodie.
That be me.
Don't call... What the
fuck is that?
This is clipping.
Oh, okay. Don't call him Sweatshirt.
Just don't do it.
Yeah. So this is our middle of the week episode, and we got a few things planned here. But guess what?
Is guessing.
Ow! Before I get started here, I'd like to remind everybody to go to our website at thisisournormalpodcast.com. Everything you need to know about us on there. There's links to iTunes, Spotify, Google Play Music, all the good stuff you already know, as well as links to all of our social media, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Please go like all of our pages, and we would appreciate it. Lastly, second to lastly, please give us 5 stars on iTunes, as well as leaving a comment. It really helps us out in the rankings, getting charted, all that good stuff. We really appreciate it. Now, lastly, all of these podcasts are brought to you by Serenity Sober Living Houses down in South Orange County. If you need sober living and you are in South Orange County, please give us a call. And or actually hit the contact link on the website, and we will hook you up with a great deal at the best sober living house you'll get to. And if you come right now, I'll be your house manager. Ain't that right?
That is right, unfortunately.
Saul's my house manager.
Lucky.
That's the truth.
That's the truth.
Really, Hood?
I had to.
Don't start off like this already, bro. Can we just edit Hood out of all the episodes?
Not the leave the coughing, edit me.
Don't you steal my lines.
Oh, we might have to keep that cough in then. Just
really
for
know how to steal a guy's lines.
So what's going on, guys? What's new?
Not much, really, other than just fucked all around.
Oh man.
Life circumstances.
Go on.
That's all I got, man. I'm not gonna get into my dirty laundry, but yeah, I'm going through it right now. But I am here, I'm alive, and I'm good, so that's all that matters.
Well, that's what I like to hear, man. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, and if you got off your phone, we could talk some more about it. I'm
actually looking at my notes here for this week's episode. For those of you that don't know already, we do a podcast every Sunday night posted by Monday mornings where we have a guest come on the show. They tell a story about their life, either in addiction, getting sober, anything like that. And we, kind of joke through it. Our middle of the week episodes are just the three of us, a little lighthearted, going on here.
We try at least. Sometimes they tend to steer more towards the serious side of things.
I have a feeling this week's is going to be a little more serious too.
It might.
Because I'm kind of wanting to talk on the subject of what kind of, we keep mentioning change and what kind of change needs to happen to help us addicts out instead of doing harm reduction like these methadone clinics that Hoodie, both you and I have been to.
Oh, yeah.
We've shared our experiences there. And, you mentioned to me that they're kind of, a little bit there for financial reasons, right? You want to talk a little more on that really quick?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I talked about how methadone clinics aren't there for addicts. They're not there to help us. They're there for society, for harm reduction for society. Mm-hmm. I myself went to a methadone clinic for a year, was on 65 milligrams, and they had no intentions of taking me off of it.
Oh, right. So you mean the fact that they try to keep people there for as long as possible to make as much money as they possibly can.
That's what I'm saying.
As opposed to trying to rehabilitate. Yeah, right. At the end of the day, everything in our country comes down to money. Exactly. The jails and prisons are all privatized. It's all about money. That's why they serve you dinner at 4 when you're locked up and force you to buy $1 top ramens.
Is that what happened to you?
Yeah.
I really don't like talking about locked up right now.
No, but I'm just... but my point is, everything at the end of the day seems to revolve around that. And it's just, it's a shame, dude, because these are people's lives. And especially these methadone clinics, you're supposed to be... as an addict, when you're first going into this thing, you have no idea. You think
Right.
that you're going there and there's like, oh, this is an awesome program.
Well, that's what I thought. I was on these pills. I was looking for a way out. I literally went to a doctor, said, look, I have this problem with these pills.
Right.
How do I get off? And his idea was go to a methadone clinic because I didn't have the time to go to treatment. So I didn't realize
Right.
you make time for that.
Yeah.
But I felt like I didn't have the time to go to these, things. So I thought, methadone clinic. I go there. They'll wean me off of the methadone slowly is what I thought. And that, it'd be a solution where I could still work and also, not have to go to treatment. But I was wrong. It felt like they never wanted to take me off it. Now, I know part of it, I found out later when I did some research, had to do with the fact that at methadone clinics, because they're harm reduction for society, they're not there to help us addicts. But at the same time, they don't want us not on the methadone, because when we don't go on the methadone, we go back and use. And they're
Right.
trying to prevent spreading of disease and also like crime. They're trying to stop that by
Sure.
giving us a place where we have opiates. But you had mentioned the financial side of it. And how they, they're also there. They don't want you to leave because they're making a ton of money.
A lot.
I was spending, my copay was $11 a day when I went there. Obviously, you have to go 7 days a week.
Yeah.
But if you didn't have insurance, it was over $55 a day.
Right. Especially though, because now Medi-Cal covers it as well. I mean, they did when I went there.
Same.
And this was years and years ago. But it's too easy for them to rake in this insurance money.
Right.
Because most people don't private pay, and if you do, cool, more power to you. But they, at the end of the day, they are trying to keep people there for as long as they possibly can to make that money.
And what I'm thinking, Joel, you had something?
Oh yeah, I was just wondering, like, do they take pretty much any insurance?
Yeah, for the most part, they take Medi-Cal, so they pretty much take everything.
Okay.
They
as
did
far as I know.
When I went there, they did, and then if you had crappier insurance, higher copay, but they were taking just about anything. Now, my thought process is, so these insurance are paying out money regardless, and instead of it going to the methadone clinic, I was thinking that just like, how like cigarette companies and stuff, they have to
pay these taxes.
And alcohol, companies, they have to pay taxes
Right.
that go towards preventing alcoholism. They have to, towards preventing people that smoke, the diseases that come from that. I was thinking that big pharmaceutical, the people that made like oxycodone and claimed that it was not addictive, as Colton talked about, that them, as well as the alcohol companies, as well as the cigarette companies, everything, I think it should really go all the way down to even companies that produce coffee and anything else that's addictive. I think that those companies should pay a tax that goes towards creating treatment centers and treatment centers specifically. I'm saying that money, not just a tax on those companies. I'm saying that tax money that goes specifically directly to creating detox centers mainly, and then residential treatment centers that are available directly after the detox is over. Because like we've talked about before, when you get out of these detoxes, the state fund treatment centers, you got a 2-week waiting period in between.
Right.
And in my case, I'd go back and use.
Yeah.
What do you guys think on that?
I think it's a really interesting idea. I think it's a good idea. It needs to be explored. Obviously, there's going to be some kinks throughout that and getting it all figured out.
Yeah.
Who knows if it will even ever actually be looked at. But if it did, that's a very interesting idea, because all of the money that goes to these places is essentially profit. They pay pennies. On the dollar for the stuff that they're serving out, you know, and then they got to pay rent for a building to run the methadone shop, pay a couple people $15 an hour to run the place,
find a doctor that's in, like the one I went to,
send you to them. Yeah,
dude was so old, it was like I was worried when I was standing in that line that by the time I got to the front of the line there was not going to be a doctor.
Right.
He was so old. I was like, this guy was here when addiction started.
Well,
and
I remember when I went in. I mean, they literally. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but
good.
they literally, they started me out
and
on
then
this dose.
I thought,
I see what you did there. I went in. They started me out on this. I think it was like 30 milligrams or whatever it is.
30? Did you do? For me, I had to take half the dose and then 20 minutes later take the other half.
Yeah, to make sure that you don't have any adverse
effects.
Yeah. But after that, within a week, like I had a reassessment, I think a week later, and they're like, how's that working out for you? And of course, being the drug addict that I am, I'm like,
please.
It's not really.
I need more.
It kind of helps. And of course,
Meanwhile, you're getting so high you're puking. I took it. Dude, I had to work the day that I took it the first time.
Yeah.
So I take the dose, I head over to my work, I get in the the truck that I drive around town. Everybody knows I'm a fucking mailman. Screw it. So I get in the postal truck, and I'm driving to go deliver, and I had to pull over because I vomited from how good it felt.
Yeah.
It felt, and it wasn't like I was at no point like, oh man, I feel sick. It was like, it felt so good.
Yeah.
I vomited.
Yep.
I've never heard of such a thing.
I would nod out at gas stations because, like, every couple weeks, I think it was bi-weekly or once a month, you have a reassess, and every time I was like, yeah, it's still not enough.
Right.
Like, that's weird. It's been half a year.
Oh, you know what they used to tell me? I'd go in because I'd tell my wife, I was like, look, I got to get weaned off these, and I meant it, right? And so I'd go like, I'm gonna go sit down with the doctor, and she's like, you're gonna end up going up. Gonna end up going up on your dose. Yeah. Surprisingly, I never went up.
Really?
But I wanted to so fucking bad, man. But the thing was, I'd go in to ask them, when can we start weaning me off? When you want to go down, now if you want to go up in the morning, they're like, they'll shoot you to one of the nurses really quick. They'll approve it. You can go up on your dose. Yeah. Boom, you're good. If you want to go down, you have to talk to the therapist first.
Yeah.
And then after that, the therapist has to put in a time where you can talk to the doctor and have a sit down. Yeah. And the doctor comes in, and then you wait in this big line to see the doctor.
But then you're dope sick again.
Yeah. And then, for me, I sat down with the doctor finally, and he was like, you know what, man, listen, you should eventually wean off this, but it's summertime and you work outside. You should actually probably go up for right now. We'll worry about it in the winter.
Makes no sense.
Yeah. So I'm like, to me, I'm like, oh, it does make sense. I am sweating out the dose at work, Yeah. I should do it, right? And I'm doing a bunch of cardio at work, I'm like, yeah, fuck it. Yeah, you're right. We should go up. But I was like, you know what? No, I'll just stay the same, reassess back in the winter. Then the winter time came around, right? And I'm like, okay, let's, I'd have to talk myself into it every time because I don't want to go down.
Yeah,
I just want to off. I don't want to be fucking sick.
Yeah.
I don't want to be sick.
Right.
And I don't want to lose my only coping mechanism.
Yeah.
But I go, so wintertime comes around, I go back to the doc, same fucking ordeal, see the clinician, see the, a nurse, finally get down to see the doctor. And he's like, you know what, dude? It's Christmas time. You're going to be doing a lot of work, extra
deliveries,
work, a lot of deliveries. Right? And I'm like,
oh, man.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm like, am I right? So yeah, sure enough, I'm like, you're right, man. We can't do it now.
we certainly can't. We, the two of us. Yeah, we're a team.
It sounds like these methadone clinics are just like a dream
summer.
Come true for addicts.
Let's reassess at the next presidential campaign, dude. Yeah, by the time I started at 30, and by the time I was done, I was at 100. I'm fucking serious, man. They got me up to 100 a day, and I was using Oxy on top of it. So I was nodding out at gas stations for half an hour at a time. It was so fucking bad, dude.
The number is between 75 to 90% of addicts that are on methadone use on top of it. Yeah. Usually heroin, but yeah, Oxy, same fucking deal. Yeah. Oxy derived from the morphine, from the opium derivative. And the other one derives from morphine, some shit like that.
Some shit like that.
Sounds wild.
Yeah, I mean, dude. And methadone, coming off methadone is, Jesus.
Shut up.
We'll fix that later.
You shut your whore mouth.
But coming off of methadone, the problem is it's not just that it gets into your fatty tissues, and then it also slows down your metabolism, so you become fat. Were you chunky, Hoodie? Go ahead. Sneeze. Yeah, get it all out. Get all of it out.
Sorry.
Of it. Jesus.
Okay. No. I wasn't. I barely was eating, dude. Because I was still using drugs on top of it and in a weird living situation. So I really wasn't. No. But I have had friends that just ice cream. Yeah, they've gained a lot of weight.
I ballooned up.
Most people do.
Yeah, I got really big, and then strangely, it all went straight to my dick.
Right.
No, but I got really chunky, and and my family was like, "You look good. You must be sober," And then I was like, "Yeah." I was telling them all, "Yeah, I am." And my wife even was saying, she's like, "You may as well," because there was a time frame, right, when I first got on it to maybe halfway through that year, where I was not using on top of it. I wasn't abusing any of the doses. I was taking them as prescribed, one a day.
Sure.
And life was starting to come together, But the problem was, so it came together. When I told her originally I want to get off it, she was like, no, like, please don't, because I can finally tolerate you, Our money's finally not getting spent on fucking drugs, so...
Well...
Well, $11 a day. That compared to the fucking the amount of money I was spending.
$77 a week, no big deal.
Yeah. Honestly, $77 a week
that ain't shit compared to a habit.
Oh
but,
my god.
Yeah, man. The problem with it though is that you're sitting there and you're still addicted to something. And using it.
Well, and I didn't finish it coming off when you come off a methadone.
Oh god.
Because it's in your fatty tissues, it's hard to get rid of it, and so now it's slowed down your metabolism, made you fatter. It stores in the fatty tissues, but it also stores along in your bones, literally in your bones.
Yeah.
When you withdraw from it, it comes out of your bones, and you feel like everything on you is broken. Every bone, like literally, like the movie Unbreakable. You remember that? The one dude was basically made of glass. Yeah. That's literally that's what it is.
I think I asked you the other day. Was it like microfractures? Does it feel something like that?
Oh yeah, we were talking about it.
Does it do something like that?
It doesn't actually like fracture the bones, but it gets in like little pores, like little bone pores. you know?
See, I never had to go through a really bad methadone detox. Well, not really. I just kept using my real drugs, but and I don't mean to say real drugs. No, that's a real fucking drug.
Oh,
but
methadone.
I've
is
seen
for
people
real.
go through those withdrawals, and I've seen them go through those withdrawals, and I wouldn't wish it on anyone.
What kind of stuff did you see when they were going through it?
Oh my god! Like you know what it looks like when someone's sick from heroin. Times 10. You know, essentially, like literally can't even get out of bed because everything hurts so bad. Yeah. Sweating, nausea, the leg stuff, always in the legs.
Oh, the legs are the worst. Joel, your legs literally
restless leg syndrome.
Kick on their own. Like you'll be laying there, they're fucking kicking out
like Bruce Lee.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, you become well, Jackie Chan, but yeah, Bruce Lee.
He's also kind of good.
I mean, Enter the Dragon was all right, but have you seen Jackie Chan? Who Am I? Great movie. No, But yeah, dude, your legs are just kicking. And then on top of it, it's like, for me, I felt like I couldn't get out of bed, but at the same time, like, I had no energy. So, I'm sorry, I had no energy to get out of bed, but at the same time, so restless. It was like, I can't just sit here. I started banging my head on the wall. And I took a mattress out to our living room, laid on it, told my ex-wife, just don't come near me. And for 30 days, I withdrew in there. She said I growled at her one day.
sounds like an impulse out of control disease.
An impulse out of control disease. Yeah, dude, she said she was going to work, and I leave me alone. You know?
I believe it.
Yeah.
Kind of weird, but I do believe it.
I do too. But yeah, man, you know, I went through that for 30 days, and then the problem with me was like I felt afterwards like it's still, I don't feel right, even though I wasn't kicking anymore. It was like something's missing. You know? You feel like that, Joel, after coming off cocaine, like something's missing?
Yeah, the cocaine.
Yeah, hoodie, vape directly into the mic, would you?
No, yeah.
And then cough.
No, I would say. So yeah, when I was withdrawing from cocaine, it was like, for me, I just had to sleep it off and sweat a lot.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about it a lot, dreaming about it a lot.
Yeah.
Wondering how to get out of that hole.
Yeah, coming off meth, I had a similar experience where it was like I just mainly needed sleep to get rehydrated, and then you miss it.
Restore your brain activity.
Oh yeah.
And also like the aches and pains, of course, from all those.
You had aches and pains from that?
Yeah, sure. Because like, remember how I mentioned like my shoulder problems and like, I was just like starting to feel that all again. Not only does it numb emotions, it numbs physical pain as well.
Absolutely, yeah. Oh yeah, that makes sense, man. So now all of your regular life is kind of coming back, like your stuff that you were using it for in the first place, and it's like not only do I not have the drug, but now all that shit's back. So
yeah.
What did you?
Like, I had to like see a doctor and make sure like I'm okay, but mostly just lifting weights has really helped with my structure.
Oh yeah, dude, you look great, by the way. Joel's been going to the gym at least once a day. You been going more than that, man?
Actually, just like 4 times a week, more or less.
Hell yeah, man.
Beast mode,
dude. You should see him in those shirts. Joel's getting big.
Yeah.
Joel, what do you know about Dianable? I'm just kidding.
I don't know.
No, but seriously, Joel looks good. How is that changing you? I mean, I could see it in your persona. It's changing you. You're more like, you're happier. But how do you feel inside now that you're going to the gym? Man?
It's a day and night difference, where I feel like I'm starting to get my body in order. I'm starting to get my mind in order, get my feelings in order. So I feel a lot better overall. It's been a while of sobriety, so I think it's starting to kick in.
You look good.
There you go. Do you find yourself walking taller?
Definitely, dude.
I
feel more confident.
Yeah. Literally.
No, your confidence is really shown. As a matter of fact, do you mind if I say, we don't have to get into details, but Joel went on a date, and you came back super smiley and happy, man. It made me so pumped up.
Right.
You know, you got that confidence that you should have because you're a good-looking cat. You're a great guy. You know.
Yeah.
How what were your feelings after the date inside, like yourself?
Yeah, I felt like more confident, and I felt like I could put myself in a position where I could do something good for someone else.
Yeah.
Take someone out and have a good time.
Yeah, that's the thing. And we were talking about this. I was telling you, because he says, she's a beautiful girl, sweet girl, all this. And I said, Joel, don't sell yourself short either, though. Always remember that going in these relationships. You bring something to the table too, man. You're a good looking guy. You're a good guy. I just don't sell yourself short.
She sees that too. So
yeah, good. She better. Or me and Hoodie go find her. Show her where the ocean is.
Dump some sand in said gas tank.
Let's not go that far.
No, but I'm happy to see that. Man.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate you.
Yeah, appreciate you, brother. What made you start going to the gym? Because I know you used to. It helps having a friend here. His name's George. I know we weren't supposed to mention him, but he's been helpful. We can mention him. GSP3. He's blacklisted from coming on the show because he keeps missing his date. But yeah.
But he pushes me sometimes to go, and it's good to have a buddy.
Yeah.
Keep you accountable and take and help you out with the gym. It's good
Georgie.
You can
Georgie boy.
It just helps because you have someone to spot you, so you're more capable of lifting more weights and pushing yourself a little further.
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
I'm a solo flyer. I can't stand going with other people.
I have to go alone too because I'm shy, and I like to go in the middle of the night when nobody's there. Because even when I was at my biggest, it was like I still felt small, because was. But yeah, it was like I was benching 350, but it was like
with one arm.
with one arm. But it was like I still didn't want anybody seeing. But yeah, so you do see. I like that, man. You got that confidence where you're like, I'll go in the middle of the day. Shit, I'll bring someone with me.
Yeah, and sometimes I go by myself too. It just depends.
How has it? I know. Okay, you were having thoughts before, kind of like you were having trouble. You were tired, right? You were sleepy, and you had thoughts of maybe even trying something like Adderall or something. Doctor prescribed, but you were thinking of possibly having to add something like that on. And you decided instead, no, you don't want to be on anything addictive. And,
no, not at all.
And, we had talked about it a bit. Great choice, man. Great choice. And
I was looking for some answer, but the real answer was actually retracting some of the medication.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Agreed.
Yeah. Hell yeah, man. And not saying that medication hasn't helped you. Medication's helped you a lot.
No, it helps. I think I was just overprescribed.
I agree. Yeah, I agree.
Happens a lot.
And look at the change in you, and but on top of it, man, you going to the gym and doing that kind of stuff too. That is medication. That's
this is also a good release too. Just doing the podcast.
Oh hell yeah. Dude, this is the biggest part of me staying sober right here. On the comments on iTunes, I left a comment too and rated us 5 stars. And on my comment, I said this podcast saved my life, but mainly because I'm the host. Winky face.
No.
Yeah, man. What about you, Hoodie? What have you been doing to stay so fit and delicious looking? So Thor-like.
Nothing. I haven't been to the gym.
Can tell.
15, 16, no, longer than that. 16, 17 months. It's bad, man. My life is in shambles right now, dude.
Oh, man.
Well, I can tell you, I am right along there with you.
Hey.
Well, let's just stay positive.
Yeah, when it rains, it pours, and fuck me, right? But yeah. No, I'm just kidding. But seriously. No, I'll be all right. But no, I haven't really been doing shit, dude. I work at a desk, and I just don't have time for it anymore. I'm gonna be changing jobs soon, so that's cool.
But nice, man.
Cool,
nice. Man. Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about our Vegas trip. The guests that we had on. We had a bunch of really good guests. Hoodie's motioning to his biceps, triceps, and he's saying, "Boy, I'm strong." But,
just wanted to see how big I still was, man.
Noticed as wearing my shirt.
Fills it out better than ever did.
But I want to talk about, we had a lot of great guests on when we were in Vegas, and 2 of them we've posted already. The Colton Salas, CBS News Radio, he came on our show, and then we also had Dave Marlin, former owner of Solutions Recovery and vice president of American Addiction Centers Nevada region. And those were some big guests for us.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an amazing experience.
Exciting.
Yeah. What did you guys think of I don't know, did those people's testimonies help you guys in any certain way, or Joel, how have they affected
I felt
you?
like with Dave Marlin, he's such a good all around guy, you know. He just knows he's had a lot of experience, and I can tell. Yeah. And it just kind of inspired me to stay with the program, that, you know, stay sober.
Yeah. Well, you know, my brother, he does AA, and he texts me after the Dave Marlin episode. He goes, you know, I love hearing guys like that, an old timer, you know, AA guy. He says that, you know, it's good to hear from them too, and he said, you know, he hopes to one day have that kind of calmness about him, that kind of, you know, and that's one thing that I really like about Dave, is he has that confidence in his recovery, and he's just got that calming presence, you know, even though he's uppity and he's you know, got a lot of energy and he's fun, but also he has that very secure. And Andy too. Andy was a really good guy to have on, you know. Yeah. It was nice. It was nice having those on, and Colton, man, Colton's fucking hilarious. Yeah. I missed the foot tapping comment, man.
I know.
On the Colton Salas episode, if you go the very beginning when he's talking about his journey abroad, and he mentions a little foot tapping in there, and I fucking missed it, and dude, I was dying. He's fucking hilarious, that guy, dude. Colton, I love you to pieces.
Slipped it in.
You're fucking hilarious.
Right over your head, man.
Yeah, and then, you know, we had some episodes that we haven't posted yet of some behavioral health technicians that came on. We had, you know, some former clients and stuff. And, dude, for me, being able to go back to Vegas and see all these people that I just fucking love so much. I've said fucking so much this episode. Can you edit out some of my fuckins?
Yeah.
Thanks,
add
man.
2 to that?
Yeah, we just have to add another one.
Yeah, sorry, man. But yeah, I mean, you guys got anything that you want to add this episode? What's on your mind there, Hoodie?
Just, you already know everything with my situation.
No, I'm not that. What's just on your mind?
That
give me
is
some recovery.
all on my mind. My recovery, you know, it's just the same as it always has been. Nothing's changed. I still have it, so there's that. Even through all this shit that I'm going through, I'm going through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Job stuff, car stuff, living stuff.
Oh, yeah, living spaces.
He's got it. It's a culmination.
Yeah. It really is, man. So bad shit always happens to me in threes. I don't know what's with that, but
you're
it
one
does.
Of those guys?
Yeah, but it's true though.
Or until the fourth thing happens, and then you go, now it happens in fours, or you just stop. Okay, this is where it started. Was the 3 back from that? I mean,
but it's my life will be okay for a couple months sometimes.
Bad
and then
things
boom,
happen in
3.
a lot, and then bad things don't happen sometimes. Just bad things do or do not happen. Okay. All right.
I'm glad we cleared that up.
Joel, do you have anything in closing?
I was just going to add, you know, not only...
All right, everybody have a good episode. This was a great time.
It was definitely done.
I was going to also mention, like, how Mikey Hall also had that kind of presence that I really liked.
Right. Yeah, I love that. What was it about it?
Just the calming presence.
Yeah, I love that about Mikey Hall.
You made me think about that when we were talking about Dave Marlin.
That's our most popular episode. It's Mikey Hall one. But you know what? We'll let you guys go. It's, you know, a quick little middle of the week. 3 Amigos. That's really fucked up.
Yeah, don't take off the headphones.
Middle of the week, 3 Amigos. This is our normal podcast episode. We appreciate you guys listening, and thanks again to my audio engineer, Joel Cowan.
Thank you, Saul.
And as always, my lovely co-host, Brian Hoodie. You know what? Call him Sweatshirt. Hey, Sweatshirt. Hey, Sweatshirt.
Raise his finger of the middle.
Everybody have a good night, and we're going to be played off by Agent Papa. Take us away.
Hey, little Sammy, what you got in that sack? You're looking tough, like you ain't coming back. Hey, little Sammy, where are you going to fly?